Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome on in. Let's get us rocking and rolling here. Anybody that's hopping on that's new, my name is Michelle. I'm Snow Fox Designs. If you see the little red light up above me, then you're catching me live. If not, you're catching me on replay. Please say hashtag replay so I can say hello back to you and welcome you on in. Hey, Tina. So far, so good. Now let's see if the computer will cooperate today. I don't know what that said. All right, what is this doing? Come on. Okay, we're rolling. So I'm going to try, because I thought, what the heck, let's experiment, let's see. I'm going to try putting mix to mold in these. And I did pour one earlier today in case these don't get hardened by the time we get done decorating the bell that I did the other day. So I thought, let's give it a try. The first thing that I did on the one that I poured earlier was take some of my cornstarch and went in and kind of put, well, that's got a lot of cornstarch on there. We don't want that much. But I'm going to take, and I'm going to at least try to get 3 of them done. These are a little thicker, and we're going to take some of that cornstarch out of there because you don't want that much in there. Hi, Joanne. How are you? Me too. That's what I get for talking to people and commenting. I couldn't do anything on mine. I couldn't do anything on theirs. I thought, okay, that's mighty nice of them, but they want us to talk and, you know, interact with everybody. All right, this one still has a little too much in there. I'm gonna move this up here for a minute because I still don't like all that too much cornstarch in there. There. So what we're doing is we're going to try pouring some mix to mold in these cookie sheets that have all these special cutouts on. I did pour some earlier today because, like I was saying, in case it doesn't work, doesn't get hard enough by the time we get done here, at least I know I have one. Hi, Cindy. How are you and Scott doing? So I'm going to take some mix to mold. And I just used a scoop because it's there. Now I kind of know where I want my mix to mold to look like when I go to pour it in that. So I'll be honest, I don't really measure anymore. Are you going to be on tonight, Cindy? I could watch you last night, but I could not say anything. So to me, when I do my mix to mold, or even like the, what is it, Resin Crete, I pour in a little bit at a time because you don't want it to be too soupy and you don't want it to be too thick, because if it's too thick, it starts hardening before you even get it poured. But if it's too soupy, then it takes forever for it to harden. Hi, Karen. How are you? I still didn't add enough. I kind of like it almost like a cake batter consistency. And if I feel like it's not when I get it all mixed, then I add a little more. And no, I do not use this for in the kitchen for anything. I have my own for back here and in the kitchen. Now I did get it a little soupier than I like, so I'm going to add a little more. Where did I stick it? Oh, I did want to show you this too. They do have terracotta in the mix to mold. Where did I just put it? I thought I put it down here. Now I don't see it. Of course, I don't have my glasses on, so it's staring me right in the face. All right, I'm missing comments. Hello, Melanie. So I'm just going to add a little bit more because I want it to be a little bit thicker than it is. But I don't want to add too much because I don't want it to be too thick. And then just keep giving it a good stir so there's no lumps or bumps or any of that good stuff in there. I'm hoping it'll be dry by the time we get done because we're going to decorate that little bell that I had done the other day and it didn't go into the little vignette. Hi, Karen. How are you doing, my friend? But I thought, why not try it? What's it going to hurt? Some resin not coming out, and then you chip it out of there. But I got these. I know some are probably saying, "Oh my God, you're using that." I don't do a lot of baking anymore, and these I got when we were out at one of the sales that we go to. So I figured, I got them dirt cheap, so I figured why not try it. These, I don't know if you can see, I should have held it up, sorry, but it has 12 different like designs in there, and they're like Christmassy. So we're going to use those. And then this one has Christmas trees and snowmen in here. And we're going to do at maybe 2 snowmen, but I think we might only have enough for a good one. But we'll see. Oh, we might get another one, so I'm going to have to get, oh, and I do bounce them a little bit. I need my cornstarch because we can get at least another one, I think. Hi, Sherry. You'll pour resin on my live tomorrow for you. I totally forgot that I wouldn't be live today. That's fine. Were you, just asking, were you able to figure out the lines on that? Oh my goodness. The one for my shirt, my logo. Did that ever come out? Because if it's being a pain, we can do something different. I really don't like being a pain. Now, the other one I have that I poured earlier, and I have a little bit left in here, but not enough to do anything with. So we're just going to set that to the side. And now I'm going to set this over here and not get in the way of our other ones. So hopefully they are dry by the time we get done. Move that off to the side. Thursday, I go see the eye specialist that deals with lumps and bumps in the eye. Got fingers crossed. Hope it as well. Hi, Judy. I believe so. I had to order a new sublimation filter box for my printer. I get it tomorrow now. Okay, perfect, perfect. Yeah, if y'all don't mind keeping my stepdaughter in prayers, she had her scans and they found more, so she will be starting chemo again. Stronger chemo, they said, and it's only going to be for, I think for right now, what we know is she'll be getting it at least once a month. So if you can keep prayers going, we'd appreciate it. So this is the one that we did the other day, and I thought it's just sitting there. Let's put a bow on it. And I started to, and I said, no, I'm going to do it with y'all. So we are using the stripe material, and then I have a candy cane material, and then we have two of the poinsettia material. And I think we're going to do this one first. Now I have all the mixed mold on myself. And then let's see, I go to the neurosurgeon on Friday, and we'll see what the scoop is there. It's going to be a busy month, y'all. Let's see, I think I'm missing somebody again. If I'm missing anybody, hello and welcome on in. Yeah, really, Tina, we are hoping. I mean, Karen, we are hoping that, nothing needs to be done. You're all good. You're done with the doctors. I'm not saving all the little strings that I pull off of here. So y'all, I I go on every morning. I post and I say good morning to everybody and I comment. No problems. Then all of a sudden yesterday, they decided that I was commenting and posting too much. So then I couldn't say anything on my page, post anything on my page or anybody else's page. I thought, really? And then they say it's because when you do that, they think you're a spammer. I'm like, I'm even verified. Hello. Yeah, this is like her second time around. They thought, the first one did really well, and they didn't. She went about a month afterwards with nothing showing up in clear scans and all that, and then all of a sudden her markers kept going up, so they did a whole complete scan again, and yeah. But thank you. I keep wiping because I can see the little powder from the mixed mold. This might be a little bit big, but we'll see. We will see. I know I'm going to have to do some trimming. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you do some of the. Are you going to be doing the clear resin, Sherry? Tomorrow? That's the one that I don't know if it's the brands or what, but the one I think I got was from Maker Studio, and I think they now call it Amy Howard's. Thank you, Judy. I appreciate it. So I left the loops on, and I'm probably going to keep the loops on because I like the loops. But it's going to go on here so we need to trim, trim, trim. I'm doing the clear, I'm doing the polyurethane. Ooh, okay. Interesting. I need milder scissors. My hands don't feel like they want to work today. We may end up doing like a kind of like a rag bow if this doesn't look the way I want it to, but we'll see. We'll cut that off when I flip it over. Hi, Levon. How are you? Hope you're having a lovely day. Even though with this and leaving the loops in there, it kind of looks sort of like a rag bow too. I'm good. I like it like that. I like it like that. Now I'm not a good singer. Still might need to come down a little bit. And I was going to put a little something something on there, but I think it needs to come down a little more. Trim, trim. And then we'll move on to the resin that I poured earlier and see if putting it in the cookie sheet. I'm calling it a cookie sheet mold because it has like a mold in it. And I'll be honest, I don't ever remember ever seeing those before, so I was kind of surprised when I saw them. I thought, well, what the heck? So do you still think it's too big? Because if it is, then I'm going to cut the loops and redo it. Or do you think it's okay? What do y'all think? Because then what I wanted to do is take one of these and put it in there and maybe a little bit of green and put it on here. Sing loud and proud. Maybe not today. I'm just not feeling it today. When I used to sing, it was in a choir in high school, believe it or not, and I was considered an alto. So you think that's still too big? Should I go ahead and trim it down? If I do, I'm going to cut the loops down. Hi, Rebecca. I'm thinking maybe cut the loops and trim it a little more. If y'all are saying no, it's too late now. If you've ever listened to Ken, and I know he said it on one of the lives before, he doesn't mind, so he likes to sing, but he said he can remember when he was in school, and I think it was Sister Mary something or other, and he was in singing class, and they said, Ken, there's some people are singers and some people are hummers. You're a hummer. I think this might look better and then make it a little shorter. You did? Yes, but you kept it. You still can do it. I don't think I can. You're froze out to dinner. Oh, I'm sorry you froze. I don't care either. I'm over some of that stuff, you know. When you're younger, a lot of times, well, I did. I was more conscientious and can't even think of the other word. But if I thought I sang bad or sounded bad, nah. Now, if I'm by myself, I definitely don't care. But now anymore, that's the least of everybody's worry of how bad you sound. Hi, Pam. Thank you. This is the one I did the other day, and now I want to put a bell on the bell. I want to put a bow on here, and I had it as a loop bow, but I think it needed to come down smaller, so I'm taking it down smaller. And I did pour some ceramic resin, and I'm trying it in what I'm going to call like cookie molds, because it's like a cookie tray, and it has like little molds in it, and see how that works. I thought, why not? You know, can't live life always following every single thing. Gotta venture out sometimes, so let's venture out. Either it works or it don't work. You're not gonna know till you try. God, my hands are not wanting to work too good today. I promise I won't cut myself. I hope. All right, some of these didn't go the way they were supposed to, but that's okay. We're gonna kind of mess it around here a little bit. And some of them flipped over, even though we twisted them. Think that looks better? I think it's a little shorter. What do y'all think? I give you permission to sing in my presence all you want to. You won't even laugh. Well, I wouldn't know if you were laughing anyway. You could be rolling on the floor over there if I started singing. And truthfully, right now, I can't even think of anything I want to sing at the moment. Yeah, I don't think it looks too horrible. We're going to go with it. Thanks, guys. Thank you, thank you. Hold that there for a minute. I don't know why this keeps turning on me. Little booger. I can't sing anymore. I think I damaged my voice box when I telemarketed. Even my voice talking has changed, wispy, and sometimes lose it. I'm sorry, Karen. I never did think I was a fantastic singer by any means, but I don't mind singing for myself. So far, that's what we got. I did have, and I don't think we need it. I don't think we need to put anything else on there, do you? Except I want this to lay down, and it's not. It's not. There. What do you think? You do? I, I I thought it was cool when I found it. Makes for interesting conversation, I bet. I don't think it's too bad. It's still, you can still hear the little bell. Well, it's a big bell in there. Hey, I'm okay with singing in my car and all that. Oh, well, you know what I could do, though? I could, just to give it a little pizzazz, we could put a strip or two up here. We might do that just to give it a little something something. Doesn't have to be very big. And then we'll check. I know my, like I said, I know my resin I poured earlier is fine. We just have to see if it comes out of the tray. I like Teddy Swims. Oh, heck no, I don't call myself a fantastic singer either, but I don't give a rat's butt. Truthfully, I'm not out to impress anybody, so I'm kind of under the same kind of, it is what it is. You either want to listen or you don't, and if you don't, you can scoot on by. Oops, that was not smart. Went to reach for this and got a big old drip on me. I just think giving maybe a little bit of this might give it a little perkiness. Maybe. On the 11th, I am in an event, and I have to go back and look. I think I'm on at like 11:45, and I am going to try something totally new, so we'll see. What do you think? You think that little silver did something? Thanks, Judy. Okay, here we go, y'all. This is the gingerbread one, and I used the terracotta that I showed y'all where I put that one down too. I thought I just laid that one down here, and I don't see it either. But it is. It's down there somewhere. So let's see. I held them because I didn't want them to hit the floor if they came out, and they came out. Now, they did leave little, and like I said, I did use cornstarch on there. So there's that one. Because this is glass, and I'm going to hold those too if they come out, because I don't want them to hit and crack. But I do notice that you do need to take your little gator and go around the edges for any of the excess. And I thought, I wanted to use the terracotta because I wanted to see what it looked like for like a gingerbread. And I don't think it looks too bad. Now you can paint it up and change the color if you want to. But I kind of like the color the way it is. I'm just getting off the little excess. So if those come out, I will have no problems trying any other molds like that. They're, hey, something new. Why not? Right? Right. Hi, Andrea. We fixed it. We decorated my bell, put a little bow on it, and I thought I wanted to try the mix-to-mold in these I'm calling them cookie tray molds, to see if they would come out. And so far, they're coming out. We poured some just before we started doing the bell, and I had these two poured, the gingerbread, and I used the terracotta mix-to-mold, and I poured them in here. And all I did was take a little bit of cornstarch and dusted it around there, and it seems to have worked. Now let's see if these are, they feel like they might be. Now I do have some little drippage here. All right, this is going to be a little more. These aren't coming out as easy, so we'll see. We will see. All right, this one's not coming out as easy. Maybe I didn't put enough cornstarch in it. It worked in the other one, but it's not working in this one. No fear, we're not going to give up. Because why would they pop out of the one and not the other is beyond me, but we're going to give it a little try. I don't understand, but, you know, you don't know until you don't know. A lot more work than I anticipated, but it did come out and it wasn't totally dry. We'll leave that one in. See? Maybe that's why he didn't want to come out. So we'll leave that one in there. He was forming, but not quite dry enough. Still a little crumbly. But I know sometimes in like the silicone ones, you can push them out before they're totally done. These might not be either because they're a lot thicker. I wonder what, the only thing I could think of is those came out because they were a lot drier maybe. I don't know. What do y'all think? Yeah, it is. The other one came out super easy, but like I said, I poured these in here probably around 2. And those you saw me pour. But I can push on these and they don't feel like that one didn't either. So I don't understand how, because look, this one and this one looks pretty much the same thickness. The only thing I can figure is maybe because that one that came out wasn't totally, maybe that's it. I don't know. But I still wanted to try it. No harm, no foul. It's not as easy as the silicones, but this one's not coming out either, but we'll see. Trust me, I'll keep working on it. I'm wondering if it's because there's stuff around the edge and I didn't bring it all the way to the edge. I don't know. We'll scrape some of this off and then we'll go back and try this one again. But you don't know until you don't know. And I'm not afraid to try it. I think it's pretty cool that if you can. I mean, I really like that those came out. I was afraid to flip them over that they'd fall out. It's the mixed to mold ceramic resin. That's what I used. Only on this one I used a terracotta and I put it down here somewhere. Here it is. I used this one for the gingerbread. Ah, it did come out. Look. So you can do it, but it still feels kind of cool. Not cool like hard cool, kind of almost like still needs to dry a little bit more. So you can do it. It's just a matter of you might have to work a little harder to get it out. And what I did on that one is I just went around the edge here because there was some, because I didn't take it all the way to the top, so you can see some thin. So I don't know if it'll come out on this one. But the gingerbread ones you saw, they came out real easy. That's why I didn't know, because I don't want it to hit the glass and them just to shatter. But I still would have thought that the snowman would have came out a lot easier because it's a lot thinner. Maybe it needs to sit there for a second. Yep. Ta-da! You need to kind of tap it a little bit. So you can do it. It just might not come out as super easy. I'd do it again. And then I just take this to take off all the edges, the excess edges. So that's pretty cool. So it is possible. Maybe I needed to put a little thicker coat of the cornstarch in there. I am disappointed this didn't come out as easy, but we'll see now. Well, there's the bottom half of the snowman that fell apart. I'm going to try this around here. So Sherry, what time are you going to be on tomorrow? 11? And Andrea, are you on tomorrow also? Oh, and Andrea, I saw somebody ask this, but I never saw the answer, so I don't know if you answered or not. When is your next auction? Now, I don't know if that's a crack or a line in there, but we'll see. Yes, ma'am, 11. Well, I'm just surprised because, like I said, you saw, well, this one didn't come out nothing like this. It did crack, so I probably needed to leave those sitting there, but it cracked so perfectly. Guess what, y'all? I could glue this together, and he would be perfect. Nobody would know except for you all. So I'm going to leave him sit like that. And when he's a little harder, I'm going to dry him together and do it. But y'all, I did take a little bit of the terracotta that I had left from our gingerbread. And I don't know if I showed those that hopped on, but if you could see it really well. But these were the gingerbreads, and I did one female and one male in there. And they came out super easy. So maybe those needed to sit a little bit longer. But I kind of like the terracotta like this, and I mean, you can paint them up, and they already look like they have a little flour dusting on them or whatever. But I had a little bit left of the terracotta, and I took these, and I popped a couple in there of the ice creams. One's a little bit thinner than the others because I was running out of the resin, the ceramic resin. But those are cute, and I thought, oh, you could paint these up, and then if you do like your fake bakes or something, you could use those in there. So that was pretty cool. I need to clean that. But doing a nice and easy little bit of stuff. Well, this wasn't as easy as I thought it might be, and who knows, you didn't know. But these came out super easy. Just went and they came boom right out. But like I said, those were sitting since about 2 o'clock. I'm going to repeat the snowman and leave it sit overnight and see if that helps. And the other ones, they were a little bit of a struggle to come out, but they didn't break or anything, and they look pretty dang good, I think. And in that one, I'll show you, because I don't think I held that one all the way up. This one, there's several different designs in here that you can use. So I would try it again. And like I said, I'd probably leave this and the snowman sit a little longer like I did with the gingerbread. But all I did was take our little cornstarch, dust it up, and it came out. It was a little bit harder to come out for these two, but hey, try it again, see how it works. Anyway, I'm not going to be on anymore. I am done for the day. So I appreciate each and every one of you being here. Y'all are the highlight of my day. I love coming on here and talking to y'all. Cutest little thing on my word. Sometimes autocorrect takes over and makes me look like a complete idiot. I was trying to say I never know when you are live. I think we all got that though, Sherry. So you're good. You didn't look like we know how autocorrect and that is. But here we decorated and put a little bow and a little bit of bling up there. Fancy stuff. So on our little bell that we'll use somewhere down the line. We did score with our little ice creams and our little gingerbread. We did score okay with these, and these still feel a little extra cool, not cool like these, a little wet cool. And then I'm going to let the snowman dry, and I am going to glue him together, but I'm still going to make up some and try another snowman and let him dry overnight and see if that makes a difference. In the meantime, everybody have a good rest of the day. It was a nice, short, and sweet one today. Love y'all. Here's some hearts for you. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Glad to be able to communicate again. I got paroled. Woohoo! Have a good one, everybody. Love y'all. Bye. Night.